No, I'm streaming on. Oh, okay. I think we're. I think we're live now. Yes, we are live right now. I think. I'm waiting for my stream to pop up on my phone, and then we'll begin. Yes, we are now currently live. Great. All right. Cool. So, welcome. You can hear my voice as well. All right. Yes, we are live. Okay, cool. Um, welcome to this stream, I guess. That's always kind of weird, but I guess I do actually exist now. We are planning on taking this 2A caravan from Seattle Tacoma International in Washington all the way down to maybe JFK or somewhere like that. It'll probably take about 12 hours in total, which I haven't thought about yet. But anyways, let's not let the dread overtake us right now, because that would not be a good idea. Mysterious second viewer has appeared. I still have no idea who second viewer is, but hello, second viewer. Welcome. Let's go ahead and get the battery on avionics. I know you would turn on avionics after you start the engine, but do I really care? In a way, yes, and in another way, no. Gotta use this to actually select some stuff. Because welcome to Flight Simulator X. Set that to normal. Get the engine generator on. Ignition's apparently already on. I don't remember turning ignition on, but apparently ignition is already on. Is this the autopilot switch? GPS nav mode. Okay. Still, I don't really know this airplane that well. Let's go ahead and contact tower. Clearance. Get our. I'm landmark. I don't. Wait. I thought I closed that. Flight Simulator X, it's weird. Climb, maintain. Alright. We got our general purpose autopilot here. So, you know, it gets the job done. Yeah, this autopilot, it gets the job done. So our landmark 1123. Alright. I'll contact ground and get our taxi. Alright. Just checking the stream. Yay, a short taxi for once. Or short taxi. Go ahead and get mixture full rich and prop rich as well. Knowledge taxi clearance. Somewhere down here is our parking brake. Oh wait, we already have parking brake out. I thought that was pause. I haven't even started to move yet. But okay. Thank you, Flight Simulator X Air Traffic Control. You are a legend. I'm trying to figure out what all these switches are because you can't really tell. This is probably beacon. Yep. Get the beacon light on. Blinking beacon. Well, I guess we can go ahead and start. Just make sure that's both. There we go. Yep, go ahead and get the engine started, which I'm pretty sure is as simple as just turn the... Alright, that'll prime the engine. And just turn the starter on. There's just the tiniest bit of gas, and it will probably... That's incredibly simple. Oh, what is it doing? What is it doing? What are you doing? Okay. Flight Simulator X, boys, welcome. Hopefully this won't be a continued problem. I'm not exactly sure what the airplane is doing currently, but it's scaring me. we can... Okay. Generally, I would assume you would put the airplane in for maintenance for the rest of its life, but we're going to continue this flight, even though the plane just randomly decided to run forward. Parking brake's already off. Yeah, we're just going to continue with this. I need to find the... Okay, those are... Taxi... Okay, you can't turn on taxi lights. Can you turn on taxi lights from here? That's a positive. Okay, cool. Welcome to Flight Simulator X. Alright. So I'm not exactly sure... Well, this is already off to a bad start. Alpha Bravo. Alright. Noted. Okay. Just gonna find that taxiway Alpha and just go on to Bravo. And then we can get into the air, which is generally the nicest part of this stream, because I can talk about basically anything instead of how much pain and suffering I'm going through playing Flight Simulator X. Steam a dish. In. Not exactly sure what they're referencing. I don't really think we got any traffic anywhere. You know, the blind spots on this airplane are pretty big. Basically, the entire area right here is just blind spot. Okay, I've dropped down to 0 viewers. That makes me extremely sad. I don't even think that's possible. I don't understand YouTube viewership, man. Also, I do not think there is anything crossing the runway currently. I think they were probably talking about that truck with just a solid axle. So we're just gonna continue our taxi forward. Try to find taxiway Bravo. What runway did they even... Whoops. What runway did they even clear me for? 34 right using taxiway. Alright, so quick 34 right. So... Gosh, this airplane is so fast on the ground. Why? Okay, I'm trying to brake, but I can't really turn on brakes. Come on. Alright. Yes. Apologies to the 0 people watching currently, because, yeah, this has been going pretty rough so far, I think, in my opinion. But it's fine. You know, we ain't gonna let it take us down. Okay, so the thing is, I'm pretty sure it's just like all power or no power on this airplane, yeah. It's either you're going 3 knots or you're going 20. That's pretty much how this airplane works. That's actually generally how turboprop airplanes in Flight Simulator X works, is like it's either no power or all power, which is fun. Yep, it just starts there. You gotta have about 10% power for it to actually do anything. Still don't understand why I got shot at like Mach 1. Anyways, haven't talked about statistics this flight. We're going over to Salt Lake City and then probably maybe up to Chicago. I don't know. I don't know what the furthest east part of the US is. I would assume it's somewhere up in like New York. I would have to assume. Just storming down Bravo right now. Progressive Taxi gave me a negative, but this is Bravo. I was following. Yeah, we're just going about 20 knots at like 10% power. Welcome to Flight Simulator X. Seattle actually looks pretty cool in this sim. This is also another one of the heavy air quotes detailed airports, and it looks not too bad. Alright, yep. I don't really want to constantly give it power, take away the power, give it power, take away the power, because, you know, kind of seems redundant. So, I guess I'll just let it go up to like 40 knots and then slow back down. That seems like the right option. 0 viewers currently. I definitely think the last thumbnail looked a lot better. A lot more clicking. This is just a picture of the caravan flying across the U.S. Again, I definitely think this is going to be a lot more possible than flying across the world. Just flying across the U.S., I think that's a lot more of a feasible thing to do. Hopefully this is 3-4 left, because if not, I don't know what I'm going to do. Is it going into reverse thrust? No. Alright. Slow it on down. Now, they never told me to get on Sierra, but... Oh, yeah, that's not... Yeah, okay. I was a bit confused there, but we just turn here for some reason. Look at the detailedness of this airport, man. So detailed. Even though, like, this is, like... I'd say this is still better than, like, a default Microsoft Flight Simulator airport in terms of detail and such. Because I feel like anything that has been messed with by a human is probably going to be a bit more detailed than... That was not a whole short run, was it? I know you might got some 747s landing on this runway, but I think that's a bit far to stop. So I think I'm gonna... Yeah, here's the whole short line up here, I think. Sorry, this is not going the most realistically so far. I definitely think the airliner had a bit more something to it, besides, you know... I'm gonna take off. You know, if I put a 747 in the thumbnail, I can guarantee you it would... You know, it would... like if I did a 747 flight, oh, the views. Because pretty much the bigger the airplane, the more people click. That's just generally how I've noticed, like, streaming goes. Even though flying the smaller airplanes, although it's definitely less challenging, it's generally more fun. Alright, tower, take off. Sorry for hitting the mic. My ear itches. I'm sorry. This is 3-4 right? Yes. Also, I know the altimeter, but I don't know where I adjust the altimeter at. Like, the altimeter doesn't have a knob to adjust it. Anyways, we're being cleared for takeoff. The landing lights on. And reach under there and do that. Can't hide the yoke in Flight Simulator X. That's too much of a feature for the sim. This is going to be a fun takeoff. No flaps. I don't think we need them. It's a Cessna after all, right? It's meant to be easy. Also, I don't have a GPS. Problem solved. Alright. Let's just, get full power, I guess. I'm happy I'm taking off of basically the exact opposite runway you generally would want to take off of. That just makes perfect sense. Anyways, airspeed is alive. There's 60 knots right there. Alright. I'd say about V1 now. 80 knots. Rotate. I'd say that'd be about V2. Trim it back just a bit more. There we go. On the yoke that I'm using. CH Products Flight Motor yoke. I don't know why I had to mention that. It's a nice Flight Simulator yoke. That's all I'm gonna say. It's lasted about, I don't know, 9 years. Alright, I'm gonna wait till we get about 1,000 feet, and then we'll make our turn. Can't climb as fast as the fancy airliners, but that's fine. Maybe next time we'll do a helicopter flight around Hawaii or something. That I think would be fun. Or maybe do like a helicopter flight. Oh, 904 now. Great. Okay. 1,000 feet. Okay, you tell me to turn left, but I'm turning right, so I hope you don't mind. Actually, I'm pretty sure in real life you would turn left, but whatever. Whatever. Realisticness. Who cares about that? I saw a airplane. 4 o'clock, I don't know where they are. Yeah, I don't see them. Okay, I'm just gonna stay there in sight. What's the worst that could happen, right? Major collision. Like, what altitude did they say they were at? 4 o'clock at 800? 800. It'd be like way down there. Anyways, we're going up to about 15,000 today, so not too terribly high of an altitude, but just high enough to get over the mountains. So, you know, we don't die. Because I feel like if I was cruising at like 10,000, it'd be a bit close to the mountains. Obviously, 5,000 isn't great either, but gets the job done. Oh, there's Seattle. Tacoma International. Very pretty airport, that. I mean, in real life at least. Simulator, it looks like basically every single other airport, but slightly more detailed. Anyways, this is going to be my fifth time landing at Salt Lake City. Wait, no, third time landing at Salt Lake City. Not fourth time landing Salt Lake City in a row today, so that's got to be fun. Oh no, not already. I'm already on. That's not a good sign. Yeah. Anyways, 2 fuel tanks of gas. I don't know if we have any air quotes passengers. I mean, you look back and we don't have any, but I don't know how much we have in terms of weight. We might have a lot, we might not have a lot, I'm not sure. I don't think we have passengers. It's never a good thing you want to hear from the pilot. Yeah, I don't think we got passengers. I don't think we do. Never a good thing. Alright, passing through 4,000 now. Nice, we can turn the landing lights off. Should have turned strobe lights on a long time ago. Go ahead and flip the navs on as well. No smoking, sure. Seatbelts, I would turn that on normally, but I can't. So, I mean, I don't exactly know where you would even walk in this airplane, or get up, or move at all, but yeah, sure, take off your non-existent seatbelts. Second yawn. Already. That's not good. Never ever a good sign. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the people counter, because normally I have at least one random viewer, but not today, unfortunately. Again, last time I had the random 3 viewer, which was actually a random, which kind of scared me. But whatever. Yep. Definitely think general aviation, especially turboprop general aviation like this one, would be a lot of fun. Obviously, the airliners, they're good for their own reasons. I mean, lot faster. This thing we're going to be cruising at 120 knots the entire time, you know. So, definitely not preferred. 17,000. They're just going crazy. Let's discard that. It's a bit ugly. Yep. What is that? That's a mountain. People that probably live around here know what that mountain is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the autopilot turned on, which I think can autopilot, altitude. Yeah, even hold that rate of climb would be nice. Let's put it on a nav mode and maybe it will fly itself. Hopefully. It doesn't seem to be doing that though, so it is in nav mode. Let's drop it GPS. There we go. Yeah, it's certainly nav. It needs to be in GPS. And now the airplane will just fly itself for the rest of eternity, basically, until it runs out of fuel. You know, theoretically, up here on the options menu, there's an option. I don't have it in full screen. There's an option for simulator rate. If I was actually wanted to, I could speed up the stream, but I'm not a monster like that, so I won't speed up the stream because I'm a monster like that, or not stream, but flight, which would inevitably end up speeding up the stream. Would probably help my own sanity quite a bit. Yep, turboprop airplanes. They're pretty nice. Haven't really traveled that far yet. Just now barely leaving the radius of the airfield, or airport, or airspace, I guess. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how long this flight will take. Again, we'll probably be going around, I don't know, 104, 170 knots this entire flight, throughout this entire flight, so not particularly the fastest airplane in the world. But we'll get there eventually. Live weather update, okay, or real world weather update, okay. Happy it tells you that, you know, it's very important for it to tell you that. I don't exactly know what to talk about. I generally can find... Ooh. Okay. 9 or 8.6? Okay, I probably should find a way to change this altimeter. How about in cockpit? Well, there's the baro changer. What does that exist here? No. There's no way to change the barometer on this thing. You have to go to this. Can't actually do that. 8.9, 8.6. If the airplane could do it, which I don't think it could, I'd just go up to 18,100 so I can just get into standard pressure and not have to worry about altimeter ever again. But unfortunately, I don't think this airplane can do that, since I don't think propellers are useful at that altitude. Unfortunately, I need something to talk about to make this stream interesting. I don't know. We should be able to make it there on fuel. From what I know, this airplane can fly a very long time when it has fuel. Like, it can fly a very long time. You know, we could probably talk about the production quality of airplanes real quick. Oh, this is not a good time, me yawning so much. Yeah, we can talk about the production quality of airplanes, because it's pretty bad. Like, okay, tell me one car and from the modern era that you can get away with just having a pipe going down the dash. Imagine just having that going down the dash, okay? Imagine having the fuses right in the car's interior, you know? Airplanes and cars are very different things, and that's just one of the things. Oh my gosh, hush. We need to get out of Seattle and back into Salt Lake, because Salt Lake's very quiet. Yeah, cars and airplanes have very different production standards. And the funny thing is, airplanes cost like a stupid amount more than cars, which honestly, I still don't really know what to think about the price of airplanes, because in one opinion, airplanes are fairly priced because, you know, they are held to extremely high standards when it comes to production values. That mountain it's there. Wow. Is that like a tall... Mount Everest isn't there, so I don't even know what mountain that is, but that is a tall mountain. It's a very low resolution mountain as well. Let's just keep the camera all the way back here. But, yeah, like, airplanes are just... They're built to be functional and not luxurious, I'd say. Like, even like a Cirrus, which is like you know, like the modern day, like modern brand of airplanes, you know, like the modern brand of airplanes. Like they still have pipes and stuff going through them. They like and no car in the modern day would that go, but airplanes, yeah, just let it be. Who's gonna care if there's pipes, wires, and hydraulics just going through the cockpit? Who cares about that? Yeah, I actually cannot change the thing. Timber 7-8. Yep. Yep. Oh, now you tell me to climb and maintain. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. I find it funny that these. Wait, no, 15,000. But I find it funny that the 737 and, or basically all the airplanes in the simulator pretty much use the exact same autopilot system down to just the functions of them. Like, it used all simulators in this game, or all airplanes in this game use the exact same autopilot system. I find that somewhat funny. It's like, yeah, you see that A320 there that's designed to carry thousands of passengers? Yeah. Its autopilot is the exact same amount of safety as the one in 172. It's just as safe as the autopilot in 172. If anything, it's probably less safe. Because I've had moments when the A320 wants to pull an old 737 MAX on me and just pull up without any reason at all and just stall out. Luckily, that has not murdered me yet, but I'm worried it will one day. I think it was actually due to me having a different flight stick plugged in at the same time, and it just got the two hardwares confused and just it was like, should I use this one or should I use this one? Just got confused and crashed. Yay! Not really much to talk about. We're in a smaller general aviation airplane, carrying probably just like 5 or so passengers across the United States, which, wow, that's beautiful. I'd love to be here in real life in this airplane. Want to be pilot. Want to be pilot since I was 3, and I'm gonna try to do that. Obviously, dream job would be like, you know, airline pilot, but it costs a lot of money to get in there. You get a lot of money back from it, but it costs a lot of money to get into that. So, who knows, really? Who knows? We'll see what happens. We will see. High cruising altitude now, by the way. You know, I've actually started to tinker around with Legos a bit more now. Oh wait, 17,000. When did I request 17,000? When did I request 17,000? Okay, 17,000 it is then. This airplane, I think, can do that, I guess. I did not know that this airplane could do that high of altitude. I thought I just set it for like 13 or 14,000 feet. But apparently I didn't. Also, I'm going to test something. I'm going to test if this mutes my microphone really quick. So I'm going to turn on my this. I thought I just set it for like 15. Alright, so let me just test if this is muting my microphone real quick. So 3, 2, 1, mic should be muted now. It should be muted now. Let's hope. It is most certainly not muted. Maybe it's that? Does that mute my microphone? Maybe this mutes my microphone. I have no idea. Apparently we just got a random 1 viewer back. I Nope, I still need to go into OBS manually. Yeah, I probably need to go back into OBS manually to mute my microphone still. I don't know why that is, but oh well. I don't like doing it because it pauses the game and just causes problems. Going through a cloud now. I don't think I need to turn on my anti-ice system even though there's visible snow on that mountain down there. I don't think I should need to. But if we get any problems, I'll do it. Oh, okay, they were just vectoring me over the mountain, okay. Yeah, that makes sense, because I thought I did set it to be 15,000 feet. I don't know why they wanted me to descend now. I feel like if they were trying to make me avoid this mountain, they would have told me to descend a bit later, but... sure. Yep, Flight Simulator X. Yep, I agree. Excuse me, I don't know why you would want me to execute it. Like, there's really no rush. I'm not trying to avoid anything here. You want me to stay out of the clouds? I don't know. Flight Simulator X. It's a game. It most certainly is a game. Yeah, as I said, before I got the idea to mute my microphone, and actually not mute my microphone, I started tinkering around with Legos again. When I say tinkering around with Legos, I mean building the most awful looking contraptions the world has ever seen, like any good child does. You know, it's a box with like 2 gears in it, and you spin a cog one way, and another thing turns the other way, and I am so proud of it. And when I say I'm so proud of it, I mean I'm mediocrely amused by it, because if I drop it, I'm trying to make it very, very strong, which this new version I just now built isn't very strong. It just broke. I don't know if you could hear that, but it just broke. Now I can see the dog spinning, so I guess that's a plus. A lot of wasted space in here, man. But, oh, ain't gonna find that piece again. That's gonna hurt my foot in the morning, probably. Getting out of bed. Can just step on a Lego brick. It's always good. Yep. Let's just put that little glass back. Yeah, this new rendition of it isn't very strong. It's quite flimsy. I need to think of a better way. Okay, stop. Okay, if you're going to tell me to go to 17,000, just tell me to go to 17,000. My passengers are probably very confused. Also, it is very turbulent right now. Like, the autopilot can most certainly handle it up. I just am breaking this Lego thing. I'm sorry I'm not very into the live stream currently. I'm just kind of having fun with Legos right now. As everyone should once in a while, I think. Yep. Just kind of pop that one. This is not very interesting content. I don't even think I'd watch this myself, which... I don't think I would watch this stream for more than a few hours, honestly. I've just kind of made this stream so I can look back on my achievements in Flight Simulator X and say, yeah, I flew across the country in a Cessna. What Cessna was it? Caravan? Oh. You know, there was those, people. I don't know who they were. I think they flew like a DC-3 or something around for D-Day and whatever, but, they also flew a Cessna transatlantic. And they had like one of the best clickbait titles I think anybody's ever seen, because it was like, we flew a Cessna transatlantic, but it was like whenever I think of Cessna, I think of like, you know, like a 172, 152 or something. It was like a proper, you know, 182. it could actually handle those out doing that type of stuff. Because I thought they were doing something stupid, but nope, they did it all intelligently. I cannot build this Lego back together. This makes me sad. Also, I basically abandoned the game since the game can pretty much do everything on its own, as Flight Simulator X does. Um, 980, dang. Altimeter is going all over the place right now. It is not consistent in the slightest. I can't really modify it, so I'm just leaving it. I'm kind of hoping my cruising altitude is 17,000 feet, because the airplane seems to be doing pretty good climbing. 17,000, so if my cruising altitude is 17,000, that would actually be pretty nice. I don't know how I got to this. You know what? Bam. What? Yoink! Request denied. I think I accidentally requested less altitude. Whoops. Okay, I'll request one less then. I've never actually had a request denied on Flight Simulator X before. That's obviously because of the mountains. You know, actually, let's go up to 180, because then I can just put it on standard pressure and never have to worry about altimeter again. Can I ask for like 100 feet? Nope. Oh well. Yeah, this is quite a bit higher than I thought this airplane could fly safely, but here we are. We're doing it. I didn't think there'd be enough air up here for the propeller to actually propel, as propellers should. I always think the front of this airplane looks weird. I know that's how it is, but that just looks weird, you know? Like, why not make it symmetrical, Cessna? I know there's probably some engine reason why you didn't make it symmetrical, but just make it symmetrical. I can guarantee you would have 3 more buyers if you did make it symmetrical, okay? I can guarantee that. You can probably hear this Lego contraption I'm messing with, can't you? Yeah, you probably can. It just sounds like plastic. I'm gonna put it down. It's fairly tanky. Probably can... There we go. Get a bit more power in the engine, probably, by leaning it. I actually don't know if that works with turboprops or not. A little bit bumpy. Actually... Oh, I don't have flat director on. That would probably be a handy thing to have on. It's the only thing you should always have on. Here we are. Pretty hazy, actually. It's getting later over at Seattle, even though it's already basically pitch black in the East Coast in North Carolina. Yep. Not a lot to talk about. We're at 18,000 now. So I can set the altimeter to standard pressure and never worry about it again. That's my entire reason for going up to this altitude. I could set it to 902 and just let it stay. Very bumpy. This is probably the reason why a lot of airlines probably, I would assume, choose to not fly over the mountains, because they are for sure bumpy. For sure they are bumpy. For some reason I don't have it in full screen, and you can just, it looks bad. Let's just, there we go. Apologies, people. I didn't have the simulator in full screen. I know I have completely ruined your perception of reality now. I took you out of this very immersing game. With weirdo talking. I don't really think you can get very immersed in this. With the weirdo talking to the microphone. Yeah, I got a little bit worried there. I thought the stream went black for a second, but no, it's pretty good. Well, I'm probably going to just keep the engine just full throttle, full steam ahead, because yeah, this thing ain't really the fastest, is it? I mean, we're getting how fast? Alright, so we're not even in the red or anything, so we can just leave it like this. We're going about 100 and almost 130 knots, 125 knots. That's booking it. Though I'm sure if I look at my GPS, our ground speed is pretty fast. Yeah, 181 knots. So we're moving. We're moving. Theoretically, zero point could go pretty dang high. That's where we're heading to. Is Salt Lake City again. I've rented at that airport so many times, and I am just starting to get annoyed with it. Yeah. Cause Salt Lake City, it's not my favorite airport. I'd say it's a nice airport, but I've been there so many times now. The thing is, it's just like smack dab in the middle of the U.S. So pretty much any route that you go that will be going like sort of transatlantic, or not transatlantic, but like, across the U.S., you'll probably be flying over Salt Lake City. It's like just that convenient stop, big international airport, It's like, I might as well go for it. It's right in the middle of the U.S. Mysterious second viewer has returned. Not exactly sure. Still not exactly sure of the lore of this person. Second viewer 2 just appears out of nowhere and then just disappears. Airplane's turning on its own. Gotta love the autopilot. That I'm saying that sarcastically, obviously. And the second viewer just left. This is a sad day for us all. I still have no idea if second or first viewer is real or not. I still have no idea if first viewer is me, if first viewer is somebody else. If you're a real person, say something in chat, please. It will make me feel better about existence. I would just, I'd like to know if you are a real person or not. I'm probably gonna mute my microphone in a little bit, cause as always we got podcasts to listen to, and we'll probably be up in the air for about an hour and a half just going to Salt Lake. So, yeah. 126.6. Landmark 1123. Boop, boop. Hey, I don't need no altimeter. Thank you very much. Yeah, maybe I should just go up to 19,000. They'll give me 19,000 for sure. There we go. I don't need none of this altimeter mess getting in my way. The only reason why I'm gaining altitude is just for altimeter, so I don't have to mess with it. I mean, if I did have to mess with it, that would be fine, cause I wouldn't generally mind that. But for some reason in this Flight Simulator X, the knob doesn't exist in Virtual Cockpit, and I have to go to the big one, and I don't like doing that, cause every time I left click, wait no right, every time I right click, there's a chance of the game crashing pretty much, because I know the little menus actually do have quite a tendency to crash the game a lot of the time, which you don't generally want, Yep. This is life for the next, I don't know, hour and a half. Yay. Fun. Wish I could be going like that MD-81, which, that's an MD-83, ain't it? Yeah, MD-83, never mind. Like, MD-81, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Visual approach, you don't normally get that. Generally, they always give you ILS. Because, ILS is just nicer in every single way, pretty much. Can you use an ILS on a visual? Like, if they give you a visual approach, is it still okay if you use an ILS? Because in my personal opinion, yes, it's okay to use an ILS, but I don't know. Don't exactly know the rules on that. Cold outside. That's one thing I do know. I'm just gonna try to break my contraption here. Contraption broken. All I did was pull the... Okay. Lego, man, it's fun. Oh, that just broke. But whenever things don't go exactly to plan, it can be a bit stressful sometimes. Come on, look. Yep, I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I don't exactly know where... Oh, that just fell off. Is it still sort of twisting. Yep, okay, that part just broke off, and breaking that